Hey guys, so today I went to the movies to go see a film, and well, it was very underwhelming. What film am I talking about? This is my review for The Snowman. When I went and saw this film for two reasons. First off, the idea of the story. The story is basically about Michael Fassbender, who plays this character named Harry Hole. He's a detective, and he and his partner, played by Rebecca Ferguson, are working together to track down a killer who kills people and has this moniker of the Snowman, as he kills his victims, as he cuts the heads off of them and leaves them, and he's leaving notes for the police to find each of his victims and such. And so Michael Fassbender's character and Rebecca Ferguson's character have to work together to figure out who this killer is and stop him from killing other people. So the idea of the Snowman Killer was such a cool idea. Cool idea, I suppose. Was an interesting idea, and I liked that a lot because it could have been something unique. It could have been, interesting and all that. And the second reason, obviously, was Michael Fassbender. I love Michael Fassbender. I think he's a great actor. I enjoyed, him as Magneto in the X-Men films, and he's done so many other good ones. But this film, however, is so bad. Like I said, it's underwhelming. So let me talk about what I liked and what I didn't like. What I did like in the film was the idea of the killer snowman story. It was a very unique idea. It was, in a snowy, wintry area, and the idea of this killer attacking these people, cutting their heads off and putting them on the snowman was so interesting, and I liked that idea and everything. And the second thing I liked about the film was the casting. I love Michael Fassbender. I thought he's a great actor, like I said, and he does a very good job of playing this character who is struggling with so much going on in his life and all that. And Rebecca Ferguson, I enjoyed her performance as his partner, helping him out. We also have Toby Jones in the film. We also have Val Kilmer, which I was completely surprised by. I did not know he was even in this film. And the great J.K. Simmons himself. So some of the casting and all that was good and everything, and I enjoyed the performances. And the last thing I liked about the film that was good was the scenery. Like some of the locations and some of the shots and everything were very, very good looking and very nice and all that. However, there are things in this film I did not like. Now, I'll be going into spoilers, so if you've not seen the film, this is your last warning. I wouldn't recommend seeing it in general. So the build up to the killer's identity. Now, I eventually figured it out, maybe at the midway point, like halfway point to the film. But when I figured out the killer's like, that's him. The killer is this doctor who lives with Michael Fassbender's wife's Harry's character Harry's wife in the film. He's a doctor, surgeon, all that. And it was kind of a big letdown to learn that he was the killer. Because there was no build-up to know who he was and everything and such. And there wasn't too much we knew about him and everything. Because that's, to understand a good killer in my book, you need to understand their backgrounds and everything. And some of that was kind of a bit not done well. Like, when you watch the opening of the film, for instance, you see the doctor as a child where he lives with his mother and he's visited by this guy, and we learn that the boy's mother is not his actual mother, I believe, and the dude who hurt him leaves them and he beat up his mother and everything, and he does, and the boy's kind of upset with that. It's understandable because he just watched his mother die and saw her get hurt and everything by this dude. But what it doesn't help make sense in the film is what happens to him with these, what draws him to start killing all these women, I think, because there was kind of lacking in that point and such. Another thing about the film I didn't like was that Michael Fassbender's character in the film was, we don't understand why he does the smoking and the drinking and all that, and why he wakes up, when you first meet his character in the film, as we see the title card, all that, he's asleep in this park and everything. We don't understand what happens to him. We don't understand. We don't have a flashback or a scene talking about that or anything, and that's kind of a bit disappointing. Such as You see him in the film who's smoking, drinking, like I said, and he's, has he has a son who he's, you know, not there for a lot and everything, who's kind of following his footsteps in a sense, like doing drinking and everything, but not on the right path. So you also had Rebecca Ferguson's character, who is this type who believes that J.K. Simmons' character is actual killer because she lost her father a long while ago, and she's not bad in the film. I enjoy her character, but it would have been great to flush it out a little more and such. Val Kilmer's character in the film was kind of this hard-ass, was the detective, who kind of learns about this dude learns that this dude's having an affair with his wife and everything, and he doesn't do too much in the film in general and such. Toby Jones was kind of more of a supporting character, so I can't say much about him, but he does a fine job in just the role he had. And then J.K. Simmons' character was very interesting, because in the film, however, we see that, he's this guy who's trying to help. He's, pretty well known and everything. And then in the course of the film, we see him taking a picture of this woman's breasts. We don't know anything about who he is and everything. So a lot of the stuff with this film, there's not a lot we know about the characters and everything, which was a very big disappointment, because they didn't flush them out too much. We didn't get too much of who they were and everything. And that was kind of something I was very disappointed with. And then the big thing was the finale of the film, where we learned the killer is the doctor and everything, and Fassbender tracks him down and everything. And the dude could have killed him. He shoots Fassbender in the shoulder, and after, stabbing him and cutting off one of his fingers, he could have easily killed him. But he just doesn't do it after Fassbender's talked to him. He could just easily shot him and then gone back and killed the son and the mother. But does he do that? No. He's just all upset and everything. And that was very disappointing. It was the final battle. There wasn't too many big action scenes in the film, which was kind of disappointing, because you could have had a few extra, see Fassbender and them doing that, but it was more of like a suspense, thriller kind of thing. But even that didn't do very well, honestly. So, but yeah, I would not recommend you see this film in general, because, like I said, it had potential. Like, the killer with the snowman, when we learned that he's been cutting off these women's heads, putting them on the snowman for the police to find, and they're trying to track down who he is, that was kind of great and everything. And some of the casting choices was good, and the scenery, some of the shots, locations that they picked were very wonderful and very nice to look at. But again, the film suffers, like, with the build-up with the villain, learning the identity of who our killer was and everything. Some of the characters, we don't understand a lot of their stories and everything, and I felt that we could have had that flushed out a bit more. And then, with the final battle, with the final ending to the film, it's just not that well done. Like, the film ends abruptly, where we see Fassbender, he's with others talking about a case and everything. He's got a prosthetic finger on, and it doesn't explain what happened to the wife, what happened to the son. Are they okay? How is things with Fassbender's character? That was disappointing and everything. It could have been so much more, but we didn't get that, and I was very upset with that. Overall, if I had to give this film a rating, I gave it a solid 2 out of 5. It had potential, it had some good stuff to it, but it falls with, the letdown learning who our villain was, who we don't know too much more about the characters, and the ending just, it didn't feel right at all and such. So, would I recommend you see this film? No, don't. I recommend you save your money up for Thor Ragnarok. That'll be coming out shortly, in a week, I would say, or save for Justice League or something else, because this wasn't worth seeing, honestly. Now I've lost that time of the day. So, but I was going into the film knowing I was going to be disappointed, and I heard a bit of negative reviews about it. I actually just watched a negative review from Chris Stuckman, and I saw an image of just this dude's face. He just was disappointed with it. But believe me when I say this, it was very underwhelming. It could have been so much more, but it wasn't. So, but yeah, so that's my thoughts on The Snowman. Please let me know if you guys have seen it. Did you Were you all disappointed just as I was? Was the book better? Because this was based off a book, so maybe the book was better. I hope the book's better than the film. So, but let me know what you guys thought of it. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed me ranting about or talking about the films, because I do other film reviews. Like I've done reviews for many other films throughout this year. My last review I did was of The Foreigner, so if you want to check out some of my other reviews along with that, please check that out. I also do vlogs I've been doing vlogs for shows and everything. Like I've been reviewing an anime called My Hero Academia. I've been watching each episode, doing a vlog about each episode, what I thought and all that. Please let me know if you guys, if you like watching that, please check that out. Give the video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it, if you enjoyed just me rambling on about movies or my vlogs and all that. And also follow me on Twitter at SuperKid1. I do a lot of interesting such in my social life and all that. I was recently at WasabiCon and I met two great actors, voice actors I should say, Kimberly Brooks and Todd Habercorn. So you want to see my pictures of them and all that, please follow me on Twitter at SuperKid1. I'll leave a link in the description below. But thank y'all for watching this review. I plan to maybe see Geostorm because it's already bonkers, that film is. Just, I cannot fathom, like, controlling the weather. Yes, that sounds brilliant. So, I kind of might check that one out, so. But stay tuned soon, as I'm going to do a video for my top 10 creatures, monsters that terrify me, since I've been doing videos for the month of October and all that, so be on the lookout for that. Hit the bell and be notified of that video and such, so. But thank you again for watching. Please let me know if you've seen the Snowman, if you were just as disappointed as I was, and let me know what you thought of it all. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Take care.